Translation. Indeed, you alone know yourself by your own potencies, O origin of all, Lord of all beings, God of gods, O Supreme Person, Lord of the universe. Purport. The Supreme Lord... The Supreme Lord Krishna can be known by persons who are in a relationship with him through the discharge of devotional service, like Arjuna and his successors. Persons of demoniac or atheistic mentality cannot know Krishna. Mental speculation that leads one away from the Supreme Lord is a serious sin. And one who does not know Krishna should not try to comment on Bhagavad Gita.
The impersonalists, and that's fine, thank you. The impersonalists and the voidists, they're speculators. Instead of taking the Vedic literatures at face value, here's a verse from the Vedas. Bhagavad Gita is from the Upanishads or Mahabharata, spoken by the Supreme Authority. He says, spoken by Arjuna, excuse me, but Krishna authorized everything that Arjuna said. He said later on, everything you have said about me is correct. So Arjuna is also an authority. So the Vedas say that Krishna is a support, the source of everything, Janma Jasya Taha, the Vedanta Sutra. The very beginning, first aphorism of the Vedanta Sutra. Everything emanates from him, Supreme Personality of Godhead. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. That Vasudeva is the source. And they speculate. He can't be a person. Maybe everything comes from the void. So that's what the speculators do. They don't take the conclusion of the Vedas or the great sages. They like to give their own interpretation. Those who try to give their own interpretation, they cannot understand. Krishna can only be understood by those who are engaged in bhakti yoga. Bhakti amama abhijanati yavan yasyasmi tatvata chato mam tatvato gyatva vishate tarantam. That vishate means entering into devotional service in a friendship, relationship, loving relationship, not becoming one. Krishna never tells Arjuna that you should go for moksha and then you become one and you won't exist anymore. No, he says, never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, Arjuna, nor all these kings, Janadipa, nor in the future shall any of us cease to be. That means past, present, and future, everyone is individual. So where's the question of merging? It's like the merging of a green bird into a green tree. You can say that the green bird merged, but that's not a very accurate description. Because if you really look closely in that tree, you'll find, oh, there's the bird. He's the same color as the tree, so I thought he merged, but he's still there. Or when the airplane, you're watching an airplane go up in the sky, and suddenly it's there, it's getting smaller and smaller, then it's gone. So does it mean it merged? Well, I can't see it. So it must have merged. No, that's speculation. Your eyes are not capable of seeing such distances. So to your eyes it appears that it merged. But if you go up there, you'll see, there he is. He's right on the radar. He's zooming along on target, on route. So this is the impersonal deficiency. They trust their minds, they trust their faulty intelligence too much. They trust their senses. Especially they call themselves Gyanis, with knowledge. We're the knowledge people. What's so knowledgeable about that? Saying that the airplane merged, the green bird merged in the tree, the drop of water merged into the ocean. These are faulty, these are not knowledge. So they shouldn't be called Gyanis. Only the Bhaktas should be called Gyanis. Because only the Bhaktas have real knowledge. They're not proud of that knowledge for themselves, but because they have faith in what Krishna says, therefore it's perfect knowledge. That's the way to understand Krishna. By surrendering to Him. After all, He has all the secrets. So if someone has so much confidential information, you can't force it out of them. But if He becomes satisfied with you, then He'll reveal it to you. Naham prakashya sarvasya yogamaya samavrita mudho yam nabijanati lokamamajamavyam. I'm never manifest to the foolish and unintelligent. I'm always covered for them. I'm covered by my yogamaya potency. They cannot understand me because they're foolish. It's foolish to try to speculate about something that's beyond your capacity to understand. It's like a simple thing. Who's your father? You can try experimenting, you can speculate. Well, he looks like me. Maybe he's my father. He would be about the age my father would be. And I have blue eyes and he has blue eyes. Maybe he's my father. Then again, he's not very tall, so I'm taller than him. So it must have been a taller man. I'll keep searching, I'll find my father. You can go on for a long time like that. How will you be sure that you found your father? Genes. Now they have the gene. You can check the genes. The DNA you can check out. You'll find out who your father is. But it's not accurate. The only way to find out who your father is you ask your mother. That's all there is to it. Because you weren't there, you couldn't observe. You have to take someone's word for it. So the mother is the authority. So similarly, to find out who the Supreme Father is, the source, we have to go to the mother, the Vedas. And they explain very clearly, yes, the Father, the source of everything, is Krishna. He is the source of Vishnu. Ete Changsa Kala Pungsam Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Indra Vyakalam Lokam Ridyanti Yuge Yuge. He is the source of all the incarnations. What to speak of the 33 crores of demigods. He is the source. Aham Adir Hidevanam. He is the source of the demigods. So we don't have confidence in the Vedas. We don't have confidence in Krishna or the saintly persons. We have confidence in our own intellect, our own speculative mind. So for such persons, it'll take many, many lifetimes. Bahunam janmanamante jnanavamam prapajate. They're looking for the absolute truth, but they're more interested in enjoying the seeking. I used to have a category for new people that came. He's a seeker, but he's He wants to be a seeker perpetually. He doesn't seem to want to find. He just wants to keep seeking, checking things out and speculating. But if we want to find the absolute truth, then why not go to the one that is recommended by Brahma, or Shiva, or the great personalities, Narada, Vyasa. Even the Western scholars, or even if you take God as the Father, He's the source, He's the creator. So that's fine, that we agree on that point. But who is He? Who is that person? That person that exists before everyone else. That's Swayam Bhagavan. The word is Swayam means personally, it means by himself. He doesn't have a father. He is the Father. If you keep searching, his father, going back, Brahma has a father, but Krishna, he's the original source. There's no one before him. He's existing eternally. So this doesn't, we may not be able to reconcile this in our intelligence because it's beyond intelligence. It's on the fourth platform, the spiritual platform, not on the material platform. So the intelligence can't grasp it. Intelligence is looking around trying to grasp it. It's beyond the intelligence. So how do you get on that spiritual platform? By Krishna's grace. He allows you to be on that spiritual platform. And how does He allow it? By devotional service, by bhakti. All the other forms of yoga, such as Jnana Yoga or Karma Yoga, Hatha Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, they're meant to bring us to the platform of bhakti. It's not that they're the end. It's not the end to have breathing exercises or holding the breath or fixing one's eyes on the tip of the nose. That's not the goal. That's just to help you control the senses. But if one takes up bhakti, he automatically controls the senses. Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojita Janayadya Suvairagyam Jnanam Cha Yadhoitakam. Vairagya means renunciation of sense gratification. One who's engaged in bhakti yoga, he controls the senses better than the yogis. Vishwamitra Yogi, Vishwamitra Muni, he was controlling his senses by the Ashtanga Yoga system for 60,000 years. But when Menaka came dancing, he couldn't control his senses. But Haridas Thakur passed the test. And he was just chanting Hare Krishna. So that means chanting Hare Krishna, performing devotional service, is a more powerful means of controlling the senses than the Ashtanga Yoga process. It's better. Because we have senses, you can't stop them. They keep their eyes half closed, so they won't see the sense objects. That's a good method to help curb down the restless mind, but it's not the best method. Savaimana Krishna Padada Vindayor. The best method is to fix the mind at the lotus feet of Krishna. Bhajahure Mana Shinandanandana Abhaya Charanana Vindaya. Then Krishna helps. The yogis are compared to the little monkey holding on to his mother monkey. You've seen in India, the mother monkeys jumping from branch to branch, and the little baby monkey is holding on like this. You feel sorry for that little monkey because he knows he's holding on for dear life, but he can fall off at any time because he's not very strong and she's jumping around. So that's the yogi process. You're depending on your own strength. But the bhakti process is the kitten. Kitten just sits there and the mother grabs it by the scruff of the neck. And the mother, who's strong, she takes him wherever he wants, and he's just sitting there. Nothing to worry about. So bhakti means Krishna takes control. You surrender to Krishna and he takes charge. With his strength, no one can. Therefore he says, my devotee shall never be vanquished. Means he won't fall down. If he's actually devoted, Krishna gives him full protection. He gives him the intelligence by which he can come to Krishna. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam pritipurvakam tadami buddhi yogam tam yenamam upayantite. To those who are constantly devoted and worship me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. So, these are a few points to think about in this study of Bhagavad Gita. For those who are departing tomorrow, how many are departing tomorrow? So some of you are departing. Thank you for coming. We enjoyed having your association more than we can say. And all we can say is please continue to come and give us your association. So are there any questions on this verse? Or if not, any other topic? Yes?
Maharaj, thank you. Thank you for your class. You mentioned the example of Haridas Thakur, and he was able to not just be in the presence of Maya Devi, but he invited her to stay and chant with him. And this suggests that he had a lot of trust in himself to not be allured by her, but to remain strong and fixed. So how can a devotee know how much he can trust himself or herself to remain fixed?
You can know you can't do that much. But you may be put in a situation where you have to face a similar circumstance. But don't go looking for them. But if it comes, it's not that he had faith in himself. He knew that I'm just an ordinary person. I can fall down at any moment. That's how a devotee thinks. But he has faith in Krishna. My dear Lord, it's like Draupadi. In the beginning, she had faith in her strength. What was his name? We don't even like to think of his name. What's his name? Dushashana. So he's a powerful Maharati. Strength of thousands of warriors. Very powerful. He's pulling the sari and she's trying to hold with her delicate little arms. And so she's trying to hold on to her sari. And so finally he was pulling and pulling and pulling, and the sari was coming and coming. And so then she thought, well, I'll call Krishna, help me, save. With one hand, maybe she thought she'd protect herself, and the other hand, Krishna. And then she saw that she was losing. So then, all right, both hands, Krishna only. Krishna wants that. He wants that kind of faith. Only Krishna. As long as we have faith in ourselves, he'll say, all right, you try. Try. If you get tired, if it doesn't work out, let me know. He's there, but he wants us to put full faith. So if we put full faith, then he doesn't let the devotee down. Look at Arjuna. Arjuna was dedicated to doing Krishna's work, but at the same time, he was a passionate Kshatriya. He made promises sometimes, he made vows. If I don't do this, by the end of thy sunset, I will enter into fire and give my life to Krishna. He keeps making these vows. Krishna sometimes scolded him, Arjuna, why do you have to go so far and make these gigantic vows. It's a very difficult thing to kill Jayadratha in one day. Now they're setting up the needle formation, and he'll be at the end of the needle. It's miles. We have to travel through all the best warriors in the world to get to Jayadratha before sunset because you made the vow. Anyway, Krishna helped him. Krishna didn't, actually by Arjuna's ability, he couldn't quite make it. So Krishna had to pull one of his super Krishna specials. And he covered the sun. So the other side thought the sun went down. Aha! Now Arjuna will enter fire. And then Krishna removed the shade for the sun, and then, oh, the sun's still there. And then now Krishna said, shoot, Arjuna. So he saved him. But the devotee doesn't have confidence in himself. He has confidence in Krishna. Any other?
Maharaj, Hare Krishna Jai. One of the most important, word you mentioned just now is the faith. Without faith, nothing works, basically. Yeah. Can you help us how to develop this faith? Sometimes it's very hard and difficult to develop that faith, real faith, full faith.
Well, we can examine, if I don't have full faith in Krishna, where does my faith lie? What do I have faith in? Scientists. I can't give up the idea that I received a letter today, an email. They showed me a picture taken from the Hubble telescope. And they said, how do you explain this? By Vedic culture. In other words, the idea was, there's still some faith in the Western science. Hubble telescope. So that's just one of the things we have faith in. We have faith in scientists, we have faith in philosophers, we have faith in our own intelligence, our own strength. We have faith in our army, our navy. We have faith in so many things. Fallible soldiers. Nidraya hariyate naktam vyavayena chavavaya diva charte hayaya rajan katumba maranenava. We have faith in the fallible soldiers, the wife, the children, the family members, that they'll protect me. These are all fallible soldiers. We're putting our faith in our body. We're putting our faith in medical science. One person was about to leave the body, and one of their relatives who was a believer in God said, you didn't take time to hear about God before, would you like to hear about God now? And he said, no, I have my faith in cancer research. I'm leaving all my whatever inheritance I will be giving to cancer research. So they put faith in that. We're putting faith in so many fallible soldiers, so many weak things. Why not Krishna? How does a scientist know about the beginning of the universe? They say there was a Big Bang, but Krishna was there making the Big Bang. Why don't we hear from someone who was actually there? Eyewitness. He's the one that everything comes from. Everyone's speculating, giving their theories about how the universe began, when it began. You have faith in them? You believe them? You should just say, no, I don't believe in them. Why should I put my faith in them? They were born like me, the same time I Why should I believe them that they know what happened in the beginning? Or the implication of the email that I got today was that modern science says that there's quasars and galaxies hundreds of millions of light years away. How does your Vedas accommodate that? I say, prove it. Do something to prove it that it's that far away. They say, well, what can we do? All right, take a laser, a light laser. It travels at the speed of light. Shoot it. You have good aim. I'm sure you'll be able to hit it. Hit one of those galaxies that you have in the Hubble telescope with your laser beam. And how long will it take to get there? No, hundreds of millions of years. Because it's hundreds of millions of light years away. That means the speed that light travels in a year is 1 light year. And if it's hundreds of millions of light years away, so for that laser, we have a scientist present, he'll confirm this. So if he shoots his laser beam, it'll take hundreds of millions of light years to hit the galaxy. Okay, that's that's part A. Now, we have to wait for the bounce back, the return, to confirm that it was actually that distance. So it should be 2 times hundreds of millions of light years. And just have your person waiting at the desk, but the problem is they'll be dying so quickly because they don't live for hundreds of millions. So who will be there to be sure that they made part A, and then who will be there to register part B, to prove it? So anybody can say anything. This colored little piece of part of the photograph, this is galaxy such and such, and it's 100 million light years away. You believe me, right? Where's the proof? Where's the evidence? So we don't have so much faith. We have faith in Krishna. Because from just a part of an expansion of Krishna, Mahavishnu, when he exhales, so many universes come out of the pores of his body. So why should we put faith in the 100 million light year theory? Thank you very much. Now we're going to have some other little presentation.
Yes. Maharaj Danavir Goswami ki jai. We'll have a brief presentation now. The first is a song very nicely sung by our Nitya Leela Mataji. It's a very popular song called Vaishnava Janato, originally written by Narsingha Mehta. It's a Gujarati version, but later on very popularly sung in Hindi also. It's a very popular song, and Mataji has sung really, really very nice, amazingly good. Haribol. And she will explain, right? Something.
Hare Krishna, thank you. So I will say just a few words about the project. So we have been addressed by Indian Embassy in Prague to record this very famous bhajan, as Prabhu already said. And it was for the occasion of 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi. So there were big festivals and ceremonies in India going on. And yes, it was his favorite bhajan, and it's kind of nice, I have to say. I will explain later.
Do we have the words? Do we have the...
Yes, of course, I can read it. So
yeah, show the words.
Yeah.
The it's Prabhupada sometimes chastised Mahatma Gandhi, as the devotees know, but sometimes he praised him. And when he praised him, he took his Vaishnav qualities and praised them. So this is supposed to be Mahatma Gandhi's favorite song.
Yes.
And it's a song glorifying the Vaishnavas. So that's praiseworthy. That's the words? Can we make it bigger? There it is, Vaishnav Jana. And do you have the translation?
Yes, sure. I can read the translation.
Okay.
So, call those people Vaishnavas who feel the pain of others, help those who are in misery, but never let self-conceit enter their mind. They respect the entire world, do not disparage anyone, keep their words, actions, and thoughts pure. The mother of such a soul is blessed. They see all equally, renounce craving, respect other women as their own mother. Their tongue never utters false words. Their hands never touch the wealth of others. They do not succumb to worldly attachments. They are firmly detached from the mundane. They are enticed by the name of God. All places of pilgrimage are embodied in them. They have forsaken greed and deceit. They stay afar from lust and anger. Narshi says, I would be grateful to meet such a soul whose virtue liberates their entire lineage. So this is the translation of the bhajan. I think it's very nice, and it's kind of opportunity to meditate, think about Srila Prabhupada and other devotees and Vaishnavas in our succession.
Hare Krishna. Hari Bol to Nitya Leela Mataji. Hare Krishna.